So I'm just going to do a quick video on how we fit skirting boards in the second fix. First job, I go around and just scrape all the walls and the floor, just check there's nothing underneath the damp, make sure everything's clear. And then I'll draw the room out roughly on a bit of skirting board. So just quickly draw the room out, so I've got doorway here, and then that way, like that. Little return there, and then I'll number these up on the outside, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another thing to note is when you're right-handed, we'll go from the left around the room like that, and then if you're left-handed, you go from the right around the room. That's the way we find easiest anyway. So if you can see there, I've marked out from the left of the door and round. So I'll get the measurements now. So with the smaller lamps, I'll always use my tape measure and also miters as well. Really, it's a bit more accurate. That's 843. Just put into the arc. So write that on the inside of this thing now. 843. This mitre will go up to the wall. 627. Oh shit. Now, what we do for the scribes, put this bit of skirting against the wall, and then we'll use the laser measure onto the bit of skirting, make sure it's hitting the flat bit of the wall, and get that measurement like that. It's the easiest way to do it, 1899. Literally, it'll just take 5 minutes to do the whole room. Just use me tape for this little last scribe. 10 mil. So that's what it looks like here. So every piece is numbered up and it's got its measurement nearby on the opposite side. So that's it then. And we can go and cut it off. So now I've got all my measurements. I'll start with the number 1, and that's a mitre. So put my tape on, 843, and number it up as you go. I'll do a square cut with it first. It's always easier if you do a square cut. So when you're doing your next piece. So then this is 628 off this wall. And that's number 2. Mitre that way. You always just need to imagine which way your walls are inside, how that drawing is, so the miters are like that. Which you'd get the hang of if you did it a few times. Now we've got scribe 1899. So put the tape on there. 1899. There. And again, cut it square. Give it a bit more than your pencil line. See that? Give it a little bit more than your pencil line. And then cut the scribe. Ugh. So you've just got to imagine this room here. I'm doing this piece now, 4016. So the piece this side is a butt joint, it just hits the wall. The piece on the left is always a scribe. So I'll hook my tape over this here, which is the butt joint. Come back, 4016 there. And then we'll chop that on 45 degrees to create the profile. And then we'll cut it out.
Creates the profile for your scribe. So always cut it a bit bigger so it's easy for the next piece. So you don't have loads of offcuts with weird angles on it. And once you coping saw that out, that'll be the perfect profile for this skirting to come into, which I'll show you in a second. So yeah, we do just go around now, cut all them scribes on the chop saw, and then we'll coping saw them out. So on 375. 3759. That one is number 5. Should have marked that on the back. Put that in the pile. What's the next long one? 345. 3405. 3405. That's number 6. Keep them all numbered up, it's easy. Then we just need that last one then, don't we? With little ones like 10mm, I'll do that. I'll cut this out and then just cut the 10mm in afterwards. So you're not trying to cut on chop saw with little tiny pieces. So I'll coping saw this out now and cut the straight cut after. What was that? So now basically, after mitering it, this edge is the line that we need to cut to. And when you're cutting it, always try and cut it on a back angle, like that. So then that front edge is nice and tight up to the piece. When you get to the end here, just go nice and slow because the skirting gets thin. No pressure on it. And square your blade off. There. So now that, it's like that. Nice and neat. And then it's always tight on this front edge because you've got that back angle, which will help you for when you're fitting it. So now I'll just coping saw these other couple out and we'll go and fit them off. One thing I forgot to mention, when you're doing this method, you can scale it up. So basically, you know how we've marked out these rooms like this? You can do a few of these. You can measure the whole house and then you just put like bed 1 here, kitchen, bathroom. So if there's a couple of you, one can be measuring, one can be cutting, and then the one that's measuring can then go around and fit. So you can scale it up quite fast, which is always a good method. Good to try and incorporate into your work. Now we'll dot these around in the right numbers and then make sure the scribe's on the right side and we'll get fitting up. So first job when I come to fit them, I'll glue all my miters, just using the miter bond. So glue on one bit of it, the activator on the other. That looks like it's drying up. Get that miter nice. Let's give that a few seconds. And then again, with scaling up, we're making it more productive. I'll go around with the green foam. I'll foam up all of them. what you'll notice is when I'm pinning it on as well, I'll show you on this piece, I try and dovetail my pins. What I mean by that is when you're shooting it, go in at an angle like that, and an angle like that. I can show you just here. So the pins go in like that, and basically that locks it into the wall a little bit better. So that's always a good method to use. Pin this corner first. So you can see when I pin it on, I'll do it from above. I'll go like that way, and that way. So the pins are in like that, wherever I can. Always start pinning on from your scribes as well. Your scribes will butt up nice. Because we're in a bungalow, all the wires and pipes are going upwards, so we don't have to worry about that. Normally if you're upstairs in a house, you always have to take consideration where the wires and pipes are. Another thing, you can manipulate this one slightly to get your scribe nice. So that's why I always start from the scribes, so you can make sure they're put up nicely. And always try and pin away from any decorative moulding, so on the flat bit, they're easier for the painter to fill, to avoid like the steps there. Piece now, and that's it. So you'll notice I don't ever pin more than about 600 apart. All my pins are like doubled up like that, so it doesn't rock, pulls the skirting in the whole way up. So everything's tight up, nice. Yeah, so like I say, with that method you can scale it up quite well. If you're confident with your measurements, you can measure the whole house in one go, cut it in one go, and fit it in one go. So it's a lot of room for picking up your speed on the skirting. Like this has taken us about 15 minutes. So this whole bungalow would be just a couple of hours probably to skirt it. So you can get quite fast when you've got the good methods. Anyway, cheers for watching.